And do we have microphone? Yes, we do. All right. That was a scramble. I had taken out this microphone to use it somewhere else over the weekend, and I'd forgotten to plug it back in. Very embarrassing when you think about it. Let's get set up here. All right. And now we've got music. So, oh boy. Yeah, I'm still waking up just a little bit. That's kind of the point of these early morning streams, you know? But we're continuing to work on this project. Pretty close to completion. Which is good. Because this is like a functional piece. I mentioned it before. This is going to serve as my mainly kind of like PNG tubing avatar for these streams in the future. Let's see, where was I? There we are. My apologies to anybody who's noticing stuff in and out this morning. That's interesting. That does not typically do that. That's a new one on me. Moving the antenna. See if that helps it. That's odd. That stuttering. The Wi-Fi connection is most likely a heat problem. I do have heat issues with this computer. What was I gonna say? Planning on upgrading the fans sometime soon. That'll help. Though, if it's affecting this antenna, don't know how much it'll help with that. Because the antenna's like a secondary concern. It's, it's where the heat is going, I'm getting the heat away from the CPU and the GPU, Be going towards the antenna. I'll have to move the antenna. Well, not the worst thing in the world. It's true, there are worse things on this earth than moving your Wi-Fi antenna. Many worse things. Some say. Now, something I've been dealing with is how the flowers look from far away, especially those yellow tufts. Those yellow things on the top. Problem is, I do want to draw the eye to that flower and be like, yo, there's a flower there, look at it. But I don't want to draw the eye too much. You can see the red and the yellow. It's drawing the eye too much. So we're going to try something. We're going to alternate here. Because I do want these tufts to be a different color than the flower, because, this is a fictionalized flower. It's based on something real, but it's not real itself. But the tufts would be a different color. That was scary. For a second, OBS got disconnected. You could see it. my screen there. Hello, go away, will you? Thank you. Yeah, that's gonna look nicer, you see that? Go away. I need to do something about those pop-ups. I don't know why I started getting them. They just started appearing one day. I gotta do something about them. There we are. Now we gotta mix. We've got to match the texture of these tufts to the other plant, so you can see how these spikes are really thin and wispy. They're not going all the way down because they're kind of merging. So thin, as they get close, they get ill-defined. That's the effect we're going for here. I'm looking at my window as I work, and I'm seeing the sun come up, and I'm thinking, oh, thank Christ. We had daylight savings here in the States just this weekend. And it's like, whatchamacallit, daylight savings time. It's really stupid. Daylight savings time. I don't have to say that. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that daylight savings time is really stupid. Why do we keep doing this daylight savings time? It's because it would be more work to stop doing daylight savings time than it would be to keep doing it, even though that every single person on Earth knows that there's no point anymore. Maybe there was a point. Possibly. People disagree on what the point was, but we just kept doing it. But no, I was worried that I was going to be walking out of the house and the sun wasn't even going to be up yet when I'm going to work. But no, I'm seeing a pretty conspicuous amount of light outside my window. So we are not at the point where I will be going to work in the dark yet. I don't think we'll get to that point. Typically, I'm going into work at like 8:20. I'm leaving. I got a short commute, so I have the luxury of not having to leave the house too early. There we have it, I think. Yeah, there we have it. Good on the moss. Oh, I have to do his friend. And see all these little guys? I gotta do this, I gotta do that again. Best to get it out of the way, eh? He is gonna look a little different from his buddy. Will that be a concern? Yes, it will. Look at how different. Thank God for the undo feature. Consistency is its own beast. Look at how small those guys are. That's what I gotta replicate. I gotta replicate the smallness, see? See, that's gonna be closer. Look at that. That's the size we gotta go for. For better and for worse.
Yeah, I like it like that. Yeah.
There we go, that's a lot closer. They look like the same species now, don't they? Hopefully. Consistency. Something I genuinely need to work on. we are. Sometimes you gotta try it a few times to get it right. There we are. What do you know? I'll hear that on the audio. That's nice. That's what's nice of this playlist. You have some actually like good bangers here. All royalty free. Useful for me, considering where I am. It's those little things, man. Sometimes I will really get too fixated on just a little catch in the lines like that. I don't know if it's too fixated, frankly. I have no idea if anybody else besides me notices. That's one of the hells of being a small artist. You don't have a lot of feedback. I mean, the wrong feedback is its own hell. But at least you can confirm that there's somebody else shouting in the void with you, you know? We're coming up on the last of the body lines here. After that, we've got one more step, or one more thing to build and draw. And we'll be done with this piece. Or, I lied, two more things. After I get done with this, the real work begins. Alright, just a few more to go here. Ah, boy. What's nice about doing the colors first as I do, I don't know, it gives you a little bit more guidance for when you've messed some stuff up. Case in point. Now for this part, this is one of the places where I'm going to have to do some experiments. I'd like it to be animated in some way. It's not hard in this program for what I'm doing to do some very simple animations. For instance, make it look like there's a spinning fan in that disc shape. I know I can do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So, we'll have to see. We will have to see. It's good that I saved this for last because these cylinders are always annoying. I mentioned before that I do not use any kind of measurements or guides when I'm working. Other than, you know, my own rough sketches. I should. It would make my life easier. However, I do not. Result of that is that cylinders are difficult. Oh dear. Yeah, you see that? That's what I'm talking about. Kind of lose the dimensionality down here. You see that? Yeah. Welcome to my hell. That is better. Alright. Still not great. Still not great. I will definitely be refining this artwork over the years. But for now, that's what we're doing. We can add some detail in here. Now, I initially, in some of the early sketches I did, had a plan to really texture, decorate this metal. I don't know if I want to reincorporate that or not. For now, I'm going to leave it as is. I might come back and do some extra texturing, depending. It would help direct the eye a little better. Currently, we're still focused too much down here on these bright reds. Make a little bit more texture up here. And some pupils. Will allow us to sort of balance that out. Alright. Yeah, that's lines for this one. Are we missing anything? We're missing, you can see the eyebrows, we haven't drawn any pupils. That is where some, who's it? Lost my train of thought. That's where some animation is going to come in, on the OBS side. Like I mentioned, this is going to be my kind of like PNG tuber avatar type thing. Yeah, the main thing that's going to activate is going to be that facial expression. It's going to change based on whether or not I'm talking. It's going to change where the pupils are oriented, and we're going to be raising and lowering the eyebrows. So those are going to be drawn as like a last step. A final thing. For now, we're doing color correction. Since we're happy with this red, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna collapse it down so all the colors are in one layer. It's helpful, you know? Look at that. I have a few line corrections to do as well. I can see that this and his friend don't really meet up. Those are the most egregious sin. That could even make it to the final piece, and I wouldn't be too unhappy with it. Having the lines not meet up, it can suggest things about, you know, texture. It can suggest things about structure, which I'm not opposed to. Although that's a mistake as well. It's better for this piece and better for those, and I correct it. But, you know. So many things. Too much to do. Too much to do, too little time, you know what I mean? Got some real big gaps in here. This guy's extra finicky. we're just correcting it right now, but this blue is... Yeah, the more I'm looking at it, it's definitely too saturated. Yeah, like... Yeah, it's too saturated. Not the worst thing in the world, but... We're going for a metallic... surface. We're going to need to desaturate that color a lot, make it a lot more grayish, as it were. I do want to still keep it strong for a metallic color, but with metallic we're operating on a scale here. Especially since your boy refuses to do a lot of stuff with the light on metal textures. It's something I haven't mastered yet. It's something I gotta work on, something I have not mastered. But for this one, we're going to be doing very basic blocking, and that's going to be pretty much it. There's not even a lot of reason to do a lot of shading on this project. I could do some cell shading, that's what I typically do for things. So get some very basic shadows and values on there. I don't go too fancy with it. But... there's no reason to for this. Doesn't really net us anything. Especially because I always think about light diegetically. That is to say, I think about light in terms of what the light would actually be doing in the scene. And so... with this piece, considering it's going to be a PNG tubing avatar, there's not really any diegesis to the light. Where's it coming from? I'm thinking there is some really fancy stuff I could do with streaming effects on OBS. Something I'm gonna try. It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. What is it? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. I don't wanna tip my hand. I gotta keep it on lockdown. I gotta keep it secret, you know? Well, that was rude. My alarm's going off. I'll have to put that on silent in the future. And we're coming up on the end here. I don't go long on these morning streams. I go 6 to 7. Just like that. Thinking about what's a good natural stopping point here. Yeah, I think we're at one. Give me a moment here. Stretching. Okay. Okay. So that's all for that. Well, that's all for now. This is my second one of these early morning streams. I do like doing it, I gotta say. It helps me stay productive in the mornings, and I hope my viewers like them too. I don't have too much of a big audience right now, but I'm just starting out, so we'll see how that grows. We'll see how that does. I will say, I started off the last couple of game streams I did them in the gaming category, and that was obviously a mistake. I was getting an average of 9 seconds per view. Now I'm up to like 48, a minute 30, so I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right in the last hour here. But, yeah. What was I saying? That having been said, you can tune in on weekday mornings between 6 and 7 o'clock. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I gotta go vote. Because I'm an idiot. And I didn't think to myself, yo, this election is gonna be packed. Let's vote early. See, I could have done that and that would have been the smart thing, but no. I gotta be a sucker. I gotta go stand in my polling place. I gotta go wait there for like an hour probably in order to vote, because the lines are gonna be long as heck tomorrow. I just friggin' know it, man. I just friggin' know it. Yeah, but that's my morning tomorrow, so no stream, but Wednesday, starting. God knows where we'll be then. I do plan on doing these every weekday. 6 to 7, quick hour, not too long, not too fancy. A nice little early morning thing, you know? Got this jazz shit going in the background. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. But anyway. That's all for this morning. Like I said, weekday mornings, 6 to 7 Eastern Standard. That's when you'll be able to catch this little stream. And I'll be doing Thursday afternoons. 7 to 9 Eastern Standard. That's my weekly. That's what I'm doing for now. Like I said, I'm new to this streaming thing, but I'm liking how it's going so far. So this is an experiment that I'm going to be keeping at for a while. But anyway, you have a good rest of your days, folks. However many are watching, however many are tuning in.